This soup is better than the first one. Oh my goodness. This bacon cheeseburger soup is something you want to have. It was recommended by who? Cooking with Judy Codwell.
I've been taking on all this baggage, adding on so much weight. Had me thinking that I was average when you really don't play.
Welcome back to the channel. It's Chef Finer's Wine. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and please like this video. Let's get right into it. Start with our ingredients. You're going to need applewood bacon, ground turkey, bell peppers, red, green, sour cream, minced garlic, carrots, celery, your cheese of choice. I'm choosing mozzarella and cheddar jack. We're not using onion for this recipe. We're going to start with our bacon. Take it out, strip one by one. We're going to bake this instead of frying. This is about how thick it is. It's a nice thick cut bacon, and that's what you want. Layer that really nice. Make sure you have a baking dish, and we're going to heat our oven to a 350 degree temperature and allow that to cook for about 15 minutes in the oven. Check it occasionally. You'll smell it when it's close to being ready. So, yes, right now we can start frying up our ground turkey. I have olive oil for a cast iron skillet. Make sure you coat the skillet really well because ground turkey does not have any oil in it, okay? Break that meat up real good, and we're going to put that on a medium-high heat. I made some soup here last week on this channel. It was a ground beef vegetable soup. And when I tell you, there were content creators just jumping right on it and completing that challenge. I appreciate you for the support, and I mean that wholeheartedly. We can start with our Montreal steak seasoning. You can find this seasoning at your local supermarket, grocery store. I found it at Pete's Fresh Market. This is one of the seasonings that Cooking with Judy Codwell used for this recipe. We're going to add some oregano, about 2 tablespoonfuls of that, as well as some basil, the same amount. This is going to give it that flavor that you want. Go ahead and give that a good stir. Shout out to Lucinda Baxter, baby. Lucinda Baxter and Kicking It with Lynn, Cooking with Judy Codwell. Y'all jumped on that challenge, that soup challenge, that hamburger soup challenge. I appreciate y'all to the fullest. We have to add some Lori seasoning salt, about 2 teaspoonfuls of that, as well as some ground onion. I love that ground onion, garlic powder, onion powder, parsley. We're adding 2 teaspoonfuls of the parsley. That's for decoration and for added flavor. We're going to allow this ground turkey to cook for about 15 minutes. That's because I did not use a top to cover it. If you do have a top to cover it, the cook time will be much lesser than 15 minutes. Ground turkey doesn't take a long time to cook, but we're going to make sure over here our stuff is well done. We don't play that. So these soups is good for the season. Right now, it's about to get chilly outside. It's already chilly, actually. We about to get we had some snow the other day, some snow on the ground. This is definitely appropriate. And you could just eat the soup throughout the week. We have garlic salt. I'm going to use about 1.5 teaspoons of that. Not too much because it has salt in it. It was snowing on the ground here in my state. I'm like, can we not have some snow? But I actually love the snow. Winter is my favorite season, not summer. So if you guys want to know anything about me, I love winter. That is carne meat seasoning that we're going to use, about 1.5 teaspoons. Give it another great stir. And again, that is olive oil. That is at the bottom of that skillet. And we're just going to allow this to cook. It's almost done, right? Actually, It's almost done. And it's fully seasoned, okay? So we're just going to mix that some more. And then, mix it a little bit more. And we're going to work on our next thing that we're going to work on. I hope you guys are enjoying this recipe. It gets better. It gets better. It's delicious. It's so delicious. Thank you for asking me to make this, because I'm all the way here for it. Separately, take out your ground turkey, put it in a separate bowl, a big bowl preferably, and allow it to cool off. So we're not just going to immediately just transfer it to our pot, our soup pot. We will be using our Dutch oven to start off the soup. First thing you do to start off the soup, you want to saute your veggies. So with that, I'm using the bacon grease that I use to bake my bacon, my thick cut bacon with. Okay, so use about 2 teaspoonfuls of bacon grease. Your skillet has to be hot. Not your skillet, but your Dutch oven has to be hot. I have chopped celery, chopped green bell pepper, and chopped red bell pepper. Okay. And we're going to add some minced garlic. I have about 3 tablespoonfuls of that. That's because I love me some garlic. Okay. Don't come for me. We have sazon. I'm adding 1 pack of that. I'm seasoning my vegetables too, because I like, when you season a dish like this, you want to make sure you season everything. Layer it. That way this dish will have a lot of flavor. And something about that sazon, it just makes everything taste better. Did you guys notice that too? All right, we have some ground black pepper. I'm going to use about 1 teaspoonful of that. And garlic powder. Garlic powder for sure. This is going to give it more flavor. Who does not want more flavor? I know I do. Thank you guys for the support. Look at those vegetables. They look so good. We are caramelizing those bad boys, and we're just going to continue to stir it. I was making sure that you guys could see deep down up in this pan here, this Dutch oven, a clear view. It's nice and pretty. Those vegetables, making sure they are translucent and seasoned really well. And then we're not using any type of broth, but we will use some more bacon grease as well as just some warm water. I used about 3 cups of water. 3 cups of water. And then we're going to start adding slowly our ground turkey. Okay. And we're going to use all the droppings and drippings while we were cooking that and pour it in here. We're not draining nothing, because again, ground turkey doesn't have a lot of oil anyway. So, but that's for more flavor. You never drain, like I don't drain all my meat, because you lose that flavor. But anyway, it's looking good already. We've added most of the meat, and we're just gonna add our potatoes too. We chopped up about 3 to 4 potatoes. Okay, this is another ingredient that Cooking with Judy Caldwell added to that dish. So go check out her video as well. That information will be provided below to go check that out. Thank you for supporting these videos. And we're going to just let that simmer on a medium-low heat. You know, those potatoes look like they're getting nice and tender. We could give our broth a taste and making sure it's at the flavor that you like. Another ingredient we must add to this is some carrots, shredded preferably. You don't have to add carrots if you don't like. But this is one of the ingredients for the recipe. Okay. Give that a good stir. We didn't use too much because I'm really not a carrot fan, but I did use a little bit. So it's appropriate. You won't even taste it. It's so much flavor in this dish. You'll taste everything else, and the carrots will just like you'll taste them just slightly. You know what I'm saying? So this is our bacon. We crushed that bacon up, and we're going to add it like some garnish on top. And you can also put some in the actual dish. Stir that bacon in. This is for more flavor. My cheese of choice is mozzarella, but it's really, really thin, which is great. It'll melt easier. And some Kobe Jack cheese, okay? And we didn't use a lot of cheese. If you want a cheeseburger soup, you're gonna make sure you add some cheese to this recipe. Your cheese of choice. Judy Caldwell did add sour cream, so that's a pretty hefty tablespoonful of sour cream that I added on there. And I love sour cream, by the way, so this was perfect for me, okay? And just go ahead and garnish the top with some green onions. This dish is pretty much done. The potatoes are tender. Everything is cooked well. Now we have this on a low simmer. We are ready to dig in. It's meaty. Oh my goodness. I am so ready to dig in. It's cheesy. That bacon, chopped bacon, man, I will fight somebody over some bacon, and that's real talk. Take my bacon away from me at breakfast and see how I'm coming. Go ahead and put that in a separate bowl, your soup, and we're going to get ours ready. We ain't waiting for the other people to dig in that soup. We're going to get ours first and foremost. There's the sour cream that's oozing on top. And I can still see my vegetables and stuff like that. Make sure you cool it down. Let it cool down. But we ain't cooling it down over here. We're going to blow it, okay, and dive in. It is so good, so delicious. Thank you for supporting this channel, and I appreciate you guys all. We'll be back next week for more delicious recipes here at Chef Finest Wine. Shout out to you, Cooking with Judy Caldwell, and my other supporters. Kicking It with Lynn, Lucinda Baxter, and all my supporters. I love you. Thanks.
I've been taking on all this baggage.